And I'm not taking that away from Alabama. I completely agree, but I'm not going to count Miami out either.
Oh, I'm not. Oh, whoa. Hold on. Not counting Miami out.
You gotta sacrifice. You wanna move like bosses move.
YMA, Young Millionaires Association. Yeah, see, that's the association. Joe.
Welcome to the YMA Nation podcast, episode number 34.
34.
Number 34. Dude, the numbers is going crazy. Crazy. Like Wednesday, your show, the Monday show. If you look over the last month, the viewers, how many the views that each show is getting now?
So now we need for y'all to like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe is important.
Yep. And hit the notification bell too. That's the little bell right next to the subscribe. Make sure you hit that so every time a new episode drops, you get notified.
And we love the comments. We love to engage with our audience. So comment.
Today is Friday football. And make sure that you hashtag below in the comment section, hashtag YMA Nation, because next Friday we'll be doing a drawing for everyone throughout all of January who hashtag YMA Nation. You got to be going to a cash drawing.
We love drawing.
We love giving away cash. We love seeing the excitement, guys. So quick from our sponsors, Masters Credit Consultants. If you guys need assistance with credit repair, credit building, contact Masters Credit Consultants at www.masterscredit.com. The number is
864-249-9466.
We got it down. Let's talk about some football. You ready?
Yeah, I am.
So you always started off. So where are we going with football?
Well, we were talking about Tennessee last week.
Right.
So they hired a head coach.
Because we were talking about the Tennessee scandal. We were talking about the Tennessee scandal.
So they hired
the Tennessee scandal.
They hired a head coach, Josh Heupel out of UCF.
Okay.
He was the head coach there, so they hired him. And so we'll see how that goes, how he does there.
How about all the other 9 people that they fired?
Well, we're worried about head coaches, so
we'll keep you updated as they get replaced.
So that was the big hire, getting a head coach in there, because that's going to be very important to the upcoming season, getting the team acclimated to someone new, the processes and things like that. So we'll see how it works out for them. And
if you didn't see last Friday football, what happened was the Tennessee had a lot of staff members that was fired because there was
allegations
of some brown paper bag money being slid off to some players. So
so now it's who will UCF hire? They got to replace a head coach, and I told you the offseason was going to be booming because you have coaching changes, you got coaches signing extensions, signing new contracts. The Northwestern coach, Fitzgerald, just signed a 10-year deal with Northwestern. So, he's in there. So you have coaches staying on and coaches leaving. And, it's going to be like that in the off season.
And that's always, you always see those type of changes being made.
Yeah, because the school has to it's a business at the end of the day.
Of course.
Right? So they have to make the best decision for their business in order for it to function properly and get the best results.
Right. I think I need to open up a school here. Call it, I don't know. We'll think of a name for the Greenville Titans or something. And I'm going to hire like all these top. I don't know. Maybe I could bring Dabo Sweeney because it's only like half an hour away.
Yeah.
And I could pull him from Clemson and he could come and coach for my team and I could pay him like $20 million a year. Dabo, holla at me. $20 million a year. All right, let's keep going.
But really, the NFL is a business too. You know, it's all about business
Right.
and business decisions. So we're going to jump into some of that. But before we get to the NFL, we're going to talk about the SE schedule was released. The 2021 SE schedule was released.
Okay, I know you're excited.
I'm excited. I mean, just because they're playing some of our teams. Oh, the first game of the season.
Man, like on the 4th, September the 4th. There's a lot of good, man. It's going to be so many good games on the 4th of September.
So.
Oh, and hopefully COVID has declined. Yeah, so people could get back in the stadiums. Yeah.
But who does Miami open up with?
I got it.
You got it?
I got it. Alabama. Why would they give us why would they have us up against a champ? Why would they put my team up against the national champions? So
what's gonna happen?
I don't know. You know, that's my team.
What's your early predict? Let's do an early prediction, and then as the year progresses and things transpire in the off season, you know, you'll have King back.
Yeah, King come back in August, so you know he's expected to be back. So I think that's going to be good. I don't know if he's going to have enough time to get like prepared for an Alabama team.
Well, I mean, Alabama lost a lot of their roster.
Right.
Going
we talked
to the
about
draft.
That last week, right?
So I think that while it's going to be I think it'll be an interesting game for both teams.
You're talking about one of the top head coaches ever, though.
I get it, but Alabama's replacing a lot. They're replacing a lot on offense. And so sometimes at that first game, you're still trying to figure yourself out, right? They'll have a new quarterback, running backs, wide receiver. I mean, they're losing some key components on offense. So you can't just say, well, they won the national championship this year and you're playing that same team, but you're not playing that team. You're playing a different team. If they were returning everybody, then you could say, well, we're playing that national championship team.
I get that, but historically, Alabama has always shown itself to be like a powerhouse year over year, even as they lose players.
And I'm not taking that away from Alabama. I completely agree, but I'm not going to count Miami out either.
Oh, I'm not. Oh, whoa. Hold on. Not counting Miami out. Definitely not counting my team out. I'm just saying. He
sounded worried, y'all. I was
of course
trying
I would be
bring him back
worried.
a little bit.
I said if Clemson had went to the national champion and played Alabama, it was going to be a tough game. Mm-hmm. I like Clemson. I like Alabama. But to predict that Clemson beat Alabama, that was going to be a tough prediction.
Right.
So I'm predicting that for Miami, being realistic, for Miami to beat Alabama, they're going to have to really come and play 150%.
Right. I think the key is going to be for Miami's defense. This goes back to that defensive coordinator and the defense.
That's coming back.
They are going to have to get Alabama off kilter early.
Right, yeah.
And really play with some grit at the beginning of this new offense. You know, pretty much new offense for Alabama coming at new players,
Right.
so to say, and get them kind of rattled at the beginning. They're going to have to come in with a chip on their shoulder and say, we got this, or, confidence. They got to come in with confidence. My worry is I give King credit for being, a good quarterback. It's what Miami needs. But we saw, even with Deshaun Watson, when he had the knee injury, that when you have an injury like that and you're recovering from that injury,
Play more cautious.
right? It's you're not taking as many risks. You're not tucking the ball and running like you normally would if you were fully healthy. And, it's that back of the head fear of re-injuring.
I don't know. De'Aaron King, he's a pit bull. I think he's going to run, and it's going to take him to, get his helmet knocked into the sideline for him to put that fear into him.
Yeah. I mean,
I think it's going to be a good game. It'll be a
Deshaun
good
Watson
game.
is one of the most elite quarterbacks. And even he had to get over that to some degree to really get into running the ball and making those same moves that he was making before.
Right.
I think it's just going to be how well does he recover? How much work does he put in to get himself back to close to 100% as possible and not be fearful of re-injuring.
Well, the game that's going to be a telltale on that game on the 4th when they play against Alabama.
Yeah. I think it's going to be an exciting game.
Me too.
I think it's going to be back and forth, and we'll learn a little bit in that game. The first game is always really hard to learn what a team's going to look like, just because it's just, you're just starting the season. You really don't know. But we'll get to see some things and make some predictions at that time as to where we think those teams are going to go throughout the season.
If Miami could hold Alabama, in the first quarter, hold them from scoring in the fourth quarter, I think they'll have a really good chance of winning.
Yeah.
Because if they're able to hold them and then score on the opposite side every time they touch the ball, that's going to be hard, because even Alabama gave up a lot of points for Ohio State. Right.
And I think that Diaz, the head coach,
Manny Diaz, yeah,
he has to, he showed some progress this year with the team, and it's good to talk the talk, but he really needs to show Miami is back. It's on the way back. So you have to have another good season this season and create that consistency.
Agreed.
He needs that consistency.
Agreed.
So
Miami versus Alabama. Let's talk about Alabama. Alabama, they got a pretty good lineup, because there's some teams out there. I seen their schedule. I'm like, man, this gonna be a what's that term?
Walk in the park.
Walk in the park. Like, they could bring their third string on and beat some of these teams. But Alabama, they played Florida. Florida was 8-2 last season. I don't think Miss is going to be too much competition.
Florida's losing some talent too, so that'll be we'll see how that game shakes out.
Yeah, they also play Texas A&M, and Texas A&M was 8-1 last season.
Mm-hmm.
So that team is going to have a interesting lineup, and you talked about that too, about being ranked based on who you play. Right. Yeah.
And you said Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
Yeah, Ole Miss scored on Alabama last year.
I don't know. I'm just going off their overall record. So, but Florida.
We'll see. We'll see how the record plays out. So as we get closer to the new season and more schedules come out, we'll be having our early predictions on our top 10s and where we think the teams are going, and then we can really digress and break down each game that we like, what's going to happen. By then we should have a good idea of who's in and who's out and who's playing and any other transfers. The transfer portals is always hot and wide open. So,
right.
Clemson's had some transfers out. on the defensive side of the ball. Not starters, but they've had some transfers out. So, the transfer portal's always open and players going to different schools. So that makes a difference as well.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yep. So next, Clemson versus Georgia.
Clemson versus Georgia. I have that down too.
Thoughts?
7-2 last year. I think it's going to be a good game. Clemson 8-1 last year. Georgia 7-2 last year. I think it's going to be a good game.
I think that Clemson is going to be out for revenge because the last time Clemson played Georgia won 45-21.
You said Clemson was going to be out for revenge against Ohio State.
Time out.
They're coming for blood.
Time out. But we got our whole defense back.
Okay.
So we know the defensive side of the ball is secure. We did lose some key components on our.
She can't even say it.
Look, Trevor Lawrence is gone. Travis Etienne is gone.
Man,
Amari Rodgers is gone.
You pulling up like the strength of the offense.
Powell's gone.
So
it's okay though, because guess what? We got DJ, the quarterback.
Okay.
Uangalule.
She said it right. That's why she's making a noise.
No, right? Look, that's a hard name to say. I had to practice that some. And Ross will be back.
Okay.
Which is wide receiver. We'll have Ngata back, wide receiver. We'll have Latson back, wide receiver. Lynn J. Dixon, which ran really well behind Travis Etienne this year. So he'll probably move up to starting running back.
Right.
He's fast. He has speed as well. He's just not as big, but still a great running back. So I'm not worried on the offensive side of the ball because I think that what Lawrence lacked this year was that receiving core of who he could throw to. He was so limited. And DJ is going to have that. So
they're going to go undefeated.
Yeah.
If they beat Georgia, they're going undefeated. They have really no competition. I mean, come on, Clemson. And you talked about like them, like a team having a tough schedule. Mm-hmm. They're playing teams like Syracuse, 1-9 last year. They won one game and lost 9 games. Then they playing Georgia Tech. They went 3-6. So I mean, I didn't even want to pull out everybody. They just got an easy schedule. The positive thing about it, they go undefeated. They'll end back up in the playing probably against Miami or Alabama.
He's at Miami.
That'd be a good game though. Miami versus Clemson. Imagine us like this. Miami versus Clemson.
We did this year.
No, I'm talking about a more experienced Miami team.
Okay.
That's what you said Miami needed was you know the experience.
I got that. But Clemson's whole defense came back. How many did Miami's offense score on Clemson's defense?
If I had a time machine right now, it would be I will probably push the time up to December of 2021 just so we're able to see Miami versus Clemson.
We'll see when the ACC schedule comes out. And we'll be able to analyze both teams and who they're playing. But, we'll see. But Clemson, Georgia, I think it's going to be, it typically is a competitive game. So I think it will remain a competitive game.
I mean, the 4th of September is just a football day.
Yep.
So I just have to.
So you just go ahead, mark it on your calendar.
Pull everything else off your schedule.
We're going to watch football that day. Just do it.
We have to.
All right. So what you got? You got anything?
I got Ohio State. I got their roster, which they got a cakewalk too. Also, so Ohio State, they went 7-1 last year. They started off playing Minnesota, which went 3-4 last season. And then they got Oregon. Oregon went 4-2, which we had talked about Oregon.
Right.
How they so unpredictable. So, I mean, they didn't have the opportunity to play a lot of games last season either. So, interested in seeing Ohio State play against Oregon. And then they play, and then after that, it's just like a cakewalk. They play Rutgers, who went 3-6 last year. They play Penn State, went 4-5 last year. So I think a lot of the elite teams have a tough schedule. I mean, has an easy schedule with the exception of Alabama.
Yeah.
Alabama got a few teams that they're going to have to beat.
Right. Interesting.
Georgia is going to have a pretty good schedule too. Because they're going to have some teams that they're going to have to beat. For one, on the 4th of September, they're going to have to beat Clemson, which I don't see it happening, but, you know, it's going to be a good game.
It will.
I see it being a close game. So, but even if they lose to Clemson or win, they still got to beat Florida. Florida went 8-2 last season, and then they got to beat Auburn. Auburn was 6-4 last season. So I kind of went like Alabama got a tough schedule, then Georgia got a tough schedule, then Clemson kind of not too tough, but it still should be like a good season for them. I predict them going undefeated for the season. Ohio State, I predict them going undefeated for the season also.
All right.
I got Miami. You want to talk about Miami?
What do you got?
De'Aaron King. So he's going to come out, and I'm not going to spend too much time because we spent probably like 8 minutes earlier talking about Miami. But there were some changes in the quarterbacks.
Right.
So, but De'Aaron King, he will be back. It's official. It is official that he will be back for 2021. You know, he had torn his ACL, but yep, he'll be back. Then we got Tyler Van Dyke, you know, back up. Peyton Matacha and Jake Garcia, you know, he's a red shirt coming in. So, you know, it should be a good team. Good team, but defense is going to be key.
Yep.
Miami defense is going to be key.
I think I read somewhere where they signed Rick Ross's son.
Rick Ross' son. I seen an article. I didn't get a chance to read the whole thing. I just seen like Rick Ross' son got because he got like 3 offers, I think.
I started off checking it every other week, just like most people do. Then it got out of control. I couldn't help myself. I started checking it day after day after day. I didn't realize that I was becoming addicted until my wife said something.
What did she say?
She said, "It's just a credit score, relax."
Are you checking your credit score?
Huh? Hold on.
Yep.
I didn't get a chance to read the full article. Ross, I didn't get a chance to hit you back on that text, but I got you, man.
I was waiting on him to say it. I was like, is he gonna bring it up? Is he gonna say it? I mean, it's his team, ain't even my team. I don't know.
We have to. Let's see. Let's see. We still got 3 minutes. We got 3 minutes.
We ain't even got to the NFL yet.
Hey, you got 3 minutes.
I got 3 minutes.
Got 3 minutes.
Let's talk about NFL quarterback carousel. NFL quarterback carousel. So we've been talking about where is Watson going to end up because he's pushing to get out.
He's going to Miami.
Texans.
He's going to Miami.
Actually, he said his first choice would be to go to the Jets because they hired the head coach that he wanted Houston to hire, and Houston didn't hire him. So, see, that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes you gotta listen.
He's getting offers. Multiple offers.
You got Deshaun Watson. Where's he gonna end up? Joe says Miami to the Dolphins. That's where he's going, to the Dolphins.
To the Dolphins.
We'll see. Cam Newton's going into free agency. Where's he going to go?
I don't know.
Who knows? Who's going to pick up Cam Newton?
Who's going to pick up Cam Newton? Newton. He got 3 scholarship offers right now.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. He might well go ahead and take it. Represent for the 305. Go ahead and sign that and University of Miami.
Yeah. So
I know he's not going to Syracuse. Syracuse gave him an offer too. We just talked about them. 1-9.
Well, you know.
Here it comes. Let's go. Hey, let's go.
Sometimes, like, they want to go to schools that need that help because, number one, they know they're going to get playing time.
Right.
They're not going to be sitting on the bench because, I mean, a 1-6 record?
1-9.
1-9 record. I mean, you need to try to play anybody you can to win, right?
Wherever Raw's son is going to, he's playing.
And so a lot of it's crazy because even my son, he was like, well, I could go help him win games, you know? So a lot of times our mindset is looking on the outside is who will want to go there? They're a losing team. But the players see it as an opportunity to create a winning team.
Especially if you're an outstanding player and you go and then you get to like shine.
Right. And sometimes it just takes leadership. Like if you have a team and you just don't have that leadership on the team, and because regardless of what we think, yes, coaches are important. Having a good head coach is important. Having the structure and the coaches around the head coach is important. But a lot of times it's the age group and who's going to be a leader and how many of the players support the leader and want to follow behind that person.
Right.
We talk about all the time with Clemson, with Miami, with some of those, you know, schools that have year in, year out success. Look how much of a leader Trevor Lawrence was. I mean, he started the whole we want to play movement so that they could play this season during COVID.
Yep.
And that's his leadership. And what players don't want to rally behind that? Some schools, you don't have that leadership. So it's every man for themselves, so to speak.
Okay. Because
you don't have that leadership. So sometimes it takes that one player going to that one school and creating that leadership role and being that leader to change the mindset of the whole team.
Right.
Just my thoughts.
Your thoughts. Guys, let's give her a round of applause. We got to wrap it up.
I know. Our time's up. That went by fast. You wanted to talk about Miami the whole time.
Who talked about Miami the majority of the time? It's going to be a bunch of people in the comments saying Rebecca.
Uh-huh.
I got $100 for everybody who put Rebecca talked about Miami the most in the comment section.
Hey, like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, seriously. Make sure you like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. And we will see you on next Friday where we'll do our cash drawing for everyone that hashtag YMA Nation down in the comment section. So make sure you take 5 seconds, go down in the comment section and hashtag YMA Nation. And we'll see you guys on Monday. Wealth Building Monday.
It's
going to be good, yeah. We're going to talk about some credit and why it's important on your path to wealth building. Interesting. Guys, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And there it is.
With the boss's view, you gotta sacrifice. You wanna move like bosses move.
YMA, Young Millionaires Association. Yeah, see, that's the association. Joe.